just wanted to touch on this one quickly too, because it was about what seems to now be an undercover operation with the Nova Scotia shooter.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyone who watches Joe Rogan might have also seen this on Coli and Noir. But yeah, being here in Canada, our dad kind of sent it to us on the weekend. Happy Father's Day.
Yeah. Happy Father's Day.
Yeah. But yeah, the Nova Scotia shooter case has hallmarks of an undercover operation. Police sources say the killer's withdrawal of $47,000 was highly irregular and how an RCMP agent would get money. So yeah. But $47,000 in cash, which is crazy. And this man killed 22 Nova Scotians in April.
Yeah.
So
kind of looks like this guy might have been undercover or something.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, why was he getting paid off that much in cash that's just gone? I mean, was he part of a criminal organization, or was he working for the police in an undercover? I think it's the only question here right now,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously something was going on.
Yeah, exactly. Something was going on for sure. Sources in both banking and the RCMP say this transaction is consistent with how the RCMP funnels money to its confidential informants and agents and is not an option available to private banking customers. So that's a crazy thing that it says. It seems like this is just for that type of thing. Like, what does it mean? How's it not available to private banking customers? It's only available to public government ones?
Yeah.
So yeah, court documents show Wortman owned a New Brunswick registered company called Berkshire Broman, the legal owner of two of his vehicles, including one of his police replica cars. Whatever the purpose of that company, there's no public evidence that it would have been able to move large quantities of cash. So that's kind of weird. There's no public evidence, so why even bother saying anything? Why even point that out? Weird.
That's the weirdest part.
Why does this article say that?
If that is the normal way for them to do it, isn't there also evidence of it though? Don't they have paperwork that goes along with it?
It could be some other way, but why does this article say whatever the purpose of that company, there's no public evidence that it would have been able to move large quantities of cash? But the other thing is Wortman also ran his own denturist business. There is no reason to believe it would require him to handle large amounts of cash either.
Okay.
So it's really, that's why they also think like maybe he's getting it for purchases, like making purchases. But at the same time, it could be for getting those illegal activities and setting up the people who built the cars for him. And maybe, because like that would be completely illegal, building a replica RCMP car.
Yeah.
If he truly did build it and it's not a real RCMP car that they're just saying is a replica.
Yeah.
But those people could have convinced him otherwise, and maybe he thought he was compromised and went crazy over it, and that's why he went on this shooting spree.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is
hard to say.
Crazy. So a Mountie familiar with techniques used by force and other criminal operations, but not with details of the investigation and the shooting, says Wortman could not have collected his own money from Brinks as a private citizen. A second Mountie who does not know the first one, but who has also been involved in CI operations, also believes that Wortman's ability to withdraw a large sum of money from Brinks is an indication that Wortman had a link with the police. That's tradecraft, the Mountie said, explaining that by going through CIBC Intria, the RCMP could avoid typical banking scrutiny, as there are no holds placed on money. That's what we do when we need flash money for a buy. We don't keep stashes of money around the office when we suddenly need a large sum of money to make a buy or something. That's the route we take. I think with the Brinks transaction, you proved with that single fact that he had a relationship with the police. He was either a CI or an agent. So I thought that right away with the replica car. I'm like, maybe that's a real car and they're just saying it's replica, but it's possible guy, and that was organizing for a buy. There's photos of him collecting money from Brink's yard. March 30, 2020. So who knows? Maybe he had a lot of fucking bills to pay being a CI, and with
Yeah.
the fucking whole collapse, he kind of gunned everything down. But yeah, it seems like he was planning it all along if he had some sort of car there, or he was an RCMP agent. Canadian retail banking expert. There's a lot more on it. That was just two RCMP agents who didn't want to be named because they're probably going to get killed. You can imagine that if someone comes in with large sums of cash, that stuff is not kept quiet. You don't want that. Maybe what the RCMP was doing is they thought they could keep things quieter by transferring funds via Brinks. Still an active ongoing investigation, said Corporal Jennifer Clark in an email on Friday. All investigative avenues and possibilities continue to be explored, analyzed, and processed with due diligence. This is to ensure that the integrity of the investigation is not compromised. We cannot release anything more related to your questions. McLean's reported earlier this week that sources say Wortman had social relationships with Hells Angels and with a neighbor, Peter Allen Griffin, who recently finished serving part of a 7-year sentence for drug and firearm offenses linked to La Familia, a Mexican cartel. Sources say Griffin printed the decals that Wortman used on the replica RCMP cruiser he used in his rampage. Sources say that RCMP in New Brunswick, not Nova Scotia, recently took operational control of investigations into outlaw bikers in the Maritimes, which means that Nova Scotia Mounties may not have been aware of any connection to Wortman. So crazy.
That's intense.
Yeah. Informants are never paid more than a couple hundred at a time, said a person briefed on RCMP agents. Anything over 10,000 is agent money, which makes a lot of sense. Like $475,000 to a CI. No, he sounds like a hired contractor or potentially an agent. Weird that he's also a denturist though. But maybe that
That's his
helps
cover
him
story.
maybe that helps
Did
him
anyone
destroy denture.
dental records?
Yeah.
Yeah, they bring people in. And,
But good point.
yeah.
Maybe he didn't actually have anyone on staff or
Yeah.
anything.
I want to hear someone that actually he fixed their teeth.
Yeah. But yeah, he was in the news before too, a long time ago.
For what?
Another Mountie says, this guy always wanted to be a Mountie. He was acting like a Mountie. He was doing Mountie things. It's clear to me that something went wrong. So maybe he was in a contract and then he got fucking let go. But yeah, that's a dope ass McLean's article. I just closed all these shits, but we'll put the 3 links in there.